Yes, Jack, mate. What's happening, bro?
How you going, mate? You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. How's yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all good. A little bit banged up, but all washes off in the bath, doesn't it?
How did you get on in the end? Did you have any injuries, or was it just a cut?
Yeah, I got the cut, and I went to the hospital today to have a look at my shoulder, and it's just a bit of it's a rotator cuff inflammation, and basically they just basically said it's going to hurt a lot more than what's actually wrong with it. So they said give it a few days, do a few physio exercises on it, and it will start feeling better in a few days. So to be fair, it's already starting to feel better, so it's good news.
Yeah, crushed you, mate. And how's your tongue? Is your tongue all right?
Yeah, tongue's all right. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's got I had a little bit of cut up the side of it, but yeah, that's healing up all right as well.
And before we get into this podcast, Jack, obviously to the build up of this fight, just for the people who don't know about it, what actually happened with you? Because I know you had a few opponent changes, didn't you?
Yeah, so I had six different opponent changes, and Rob took the fight, I think, 6 days before the fight. So yeah, it was constant. I'm fighting someone this size, and then it was the next week I'm fighting someone a different size and a different style, and it's just constant back and forth. So
Nice.
Is what it is, isn't it?
You never have no good luck with pullouts, like, do you?
No, I don't. No, it's a pain in the ass. I probably won't now though. Now that I've been beat, people might think, oh, do you know what? He probably ain't as good as we all thought, or something. I don't know.
So when you finally met this Rob face to face, what were your thoughts?
I just went straight up to him and said, hello, mate, how you doing? Thank you for taking the fight, and shook his hand and had a little conversation with him and his trainer, Danny, because I know Danny for quite a while anyway. Yeah, I just sort of went up and broke the ice straight away. I thought, listen, at the end of the day, there was no bad blood between us anyway. And why make it awkward? So I just went home. We got to sit next, we got to be around each other the whole day. So yeah, I just went and broke the ice, and glad I did, to be fair, because he's a nice bloke.
Yeah, what did you think, like size wise though?
Listen, I mean, when I stood next to him, I didn't think. I just thought didn't feel like he was that much bigger than me, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've sparred people that kind of size before as well, and it's like they're still there to be it. Do you know what I mean? But I weren't expecting him to come out the way he did and be as awkward as he did. I guarantee I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, and obviously walking out with the fighting on the day and that, did you feel good? Everything was
yeah, everything was good. I mean, obviously I had to lose a bit of weight before the obviously for the weigh-ins and that. But I managed to make under the weight, and once I'd eaten, I felt good. I was confident. I felt buzzing. I was ready for it.
Yeah. So walk us through the fight, mate. Round one. Like, how were you feeling in the fight? Like, did you feel like
I said I was confident going into the fight, and from what I've seen of the fight back, I couldn't really remember it afterwards. So I watched the fight back, and from what I've seen, the first round was a bit back and forth, really. It was
feeling each other out, weren't you, in the first round?
Yeah. I mean, he caught me with a couple of good shots, and that's what cut my eye. And I mean, for me, that's a first as well. That's a first one for me. I've never had my eye cut or anything like that before.
Was it running into your eye as well, the cut?
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, I mean, my vision did start to blur a little bit, but so I thought, right. I thought, well, what I'll do then, I will go on the back foot a little bit. I will use a little bit of experience, move away, because I couldn't really see quite where he was going to go or anything like that. So I thought I'll just keep myself away, and sort of try and suss out what he was going to do. Try and give myself a little bit more time to recover. Do you know what I mean? Or at least try and see the round out so I could get back to the corner and get my eye fixed up and go again in a second.
Yeah, it seemed like because when you were in there, you looked good. You were moving well, putting like good shots together. It just seemed like it was hard to pin down.
Yeah, he was a very awkward fighter, and I remember going back to the corner in the first round, and obviously the guys, the cutman was working on me, and my trainer was going to me, Jack, you got to get on him. Why are you backing off? You got to get on him. You got to get on him. The whole time I was just standing there watching. I was looking at my trainer, And I'm looking at the cutman standing in front of me, and I'm like, and as soon as the cutman disappeared, I whispered in his ear, I said, I can't fucking see. And he went, oh, that's why. But obviously I could now, like going into the second man, I could see because my eye had been fixed. But yeah, and then the second man was pretty much a kind of same sort of thing. I started off with some good shots. He come back with some good shots, and then I rocked him. He backed me up against the ropes. I think I caught him with a nice little right hook, and I see his legs kind of go. And then that's when we got in the clinch, and I tried to finish him in the clinch, and then he just fucking brought that uppercut out of nowhere and completely finished the night for me.
Yeah, so obviously I've seen the shots again that because I couldn't really see it from the angle that I was where was the pillar of the ring was there. Like it's a weird shot in it. It's a weird uppercut that comes from
nowhere. I did not see it coming. I think where we was in the clinch, where we was in the clinch as well, and he just brought it straight up, and I was fucking and I can remember. I remember when I went down. I was looking at my hands, and I thought, oh fuck, I don't want to be here, but I couldn't remember what had happened. Where
did he catch you? Was it like on the? Was it
actually? He caught me right on the jaw, right there, and on the jaw there.
Oh, you know.
And all I can remember, we was in the clinch. The next thing, I'm on the floor, and I thought, oh, what the fuck's happened here? And then I remember looking at the floor. I remember shaking my head because I thought, fuck, I've been knocked down. It's the first time I've ever been knocked down in my whole fighting career. And I thought, right, I've got to get up. My fucking legs weren't moving. My legs was not moving. I thought, oh no, that's it. I couldn't move my legs. My legs were gone. And even if you watch the fight back, even after the referee waves it off, I'm still like on my knees because I just couldn't move my legs straight away.
Yeah.
So,
that punch could have knocked the arse out.
Oh yeah. It was it was a fucking big shot. I'll give him that. It was a fucking good shot.
So what's your plans? Are you wanting to get that rematch, or are you just wanting to move forward?
I mean, yeah, we can. It's something that can be looked in the future. I mean, obviously, I think he's going to be. I think he said something about fighting on the Leeds card. Obviously, that's where he's from, isn't he? So he's from around that area. But I mean, I need to see how long this shoulder is going to take to heal. And I spoke to Andy after my fight, and he said there could be a potential of me fighting at the Newcastle card in June.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like at the minute, I'm just happy just to move forward from it, move on to someone else, get another win or so, another win, a couple of wins under my belt, and then go back to it. I mean, I'm not overly disappointed in the fight, even though people, I've seen a lot of people saying, especially on YouTube, that you fucking got knocked out, you think you can do this and you can't do that, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. But
it wasn't as if you got it wasn't as if you were getting beat in the fight. You just it happens. It's bare knuckle. Yeah. If you get caught with a shot, it happens. Doesn't it?
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. I got caught with a fucking monstrous of a punch, and like you said, it would have slept most people. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I couldn't get back up because my legs weren't working, but at least I was still awake. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go away as soon as my shoulder's sorted out. I'm straight back in the gym. I'm gonna work on a few things that I felt that I probably should have done for this fight, but didn't really do. And I'll be back for the better for the next one, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully your opponent, you have the same opponent for your full camp this time as well, so you can focus on a certain style, a certain height. Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be hard, and it's not fair in a way, but obviously it can't be helped, can it? If
it can't be, no.
What can you do?
It's a poxy game, really, because there's got to be something put in place, because especially once that contract's signed, if you're pulling out of fights and you haven't got a valid reason, something needs to be done. Do you know what I mean? especially like six different opponents. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's bad crap. That.
And don't get me wrong, some of them were genuine excuses. Yeah. A couple of my fight opponent changes were very early on, so it didn't really matter. But then a couple of them were like pretty much halfway through camp, and there are a couple of questionable excuses used there, to be fair. And I mean, like something should. I do believe something should be done about that, not just for me, but for other fighters in general, because it is a fucking pain in the arse, especially when it's like a week or so before you fight.
Yeah, like what happens? Because I don't know how it works anyway. I don't even like say you went all the way through your camp there. Because sometimes, mate, fighters pull out fucking day of the weigh-in, day before
Yeah,
the weigh-in, mate.
I mean,
So,
I wouldn't know what they'd do with that, to be honest with you. I mean, it happened to Rico Franco, didn't it? And they managed to drag someone in on, I think, the night of or the day of the fight.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's always that. But I mean, if they couldn't,
still going to get money. He was still going to get money, but I think Rico said that he still wanted to fight. Obviously, because he'd have had people coming down on that, won't he?
well, that's the thing as well. What? Yeah, that's what people
You've
don't realise.
all that time, haven't you? You want to fucking tear up.
Yeah, there's that as well. But when you're selling tickets for a fight, and all of a sudden that fight doesn't happen, especially on a day off or the week of the fight, that's going to affect your ticket sales in the future. Because now, like, even if all those people get all their money back, now they're going to just keep. Because it happened to me. I had it a lot in this fight. Because obviously, all last year, all I had was pullouts. And when I was trying to sell tickets for this fight, people was going, "Is the fight going to happen? Is it definitely happening?" Like, all I could say is, "Well, yeah, I assume so." I can't tell the future. Do you know what I mean? But it's part of the game. It's a pain in the arse. It is a pain in the arse, but it's just part of the game, mate. Unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously, this is just a little minor bump in the road, isn't it? It's just you just go over. It's bare knuckle, mate. It's a sport where literally records are for DJs, isn't it?
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. If you
another couple of wins under your belt, mate, you're back right up in there in the mix with them.
Exactly that. That's the beauty of bare knuckle. Is anything could happen. I'm just glad this experience has happened to me early on in my career because I haven't had that many fights.
You're still only young as well, Jack, aren't you?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, 27. Like, it's mad. I bet a lot of people think you're older than 27 as well.
Yeah, but I look at it, don't I?
I don't mean by your looks, but just, you've been fighting for a while now, haven't you?
Yeah. I started bare knuckle when I was 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously COVID fucked up a couple of years, and obviously all last year. So I've been fairly inactive, really. You think my last fight was not last September, the September before that. So I've had a good year and a half without fighting. So I mean, when I went in there Saturday, I could tell after looking back at it, there was a lot of ring rust there. There was a lot of ring rust there. I was trying to. There was at times where I felt like I was just trying to take his head off with every shot. And you can't do that, especially at heavyweight. You fucking, do you know what I mean? We don't have engines like the lightweights do, where they can just constantly keep throwing massive shots all the time at each other. You have to be a little bit more delicate with the shots you throw and stuff like that. But I've got it now. I've had a go at it. I know what it's all about now with this promotion. So I'm looking forward to getting back onto the next one now, mate. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's not as if you're fighting you're fighting top kids, aren't you? It's the BKFC.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I know that Robbie, that was his first bare knuckle fight, but he's a well-established fighter in MMA. He's a high-level kickboxer, and he just brought an absolute awkward style to bare knuckle. It wasn't boxing. It was I don't know what the fuck half the stuff he was doing was. To be fair, I've never seen any of it. I've had a couple of good ex-pros message me as well when they've said fucking never said nothing like that in their lives. But I think Robbie will be a dangerous man in the sport, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. I think you move very well for a heavyweight as well, mate. I think you've got good footwork and that, and you put your shots together. And I was watching a video of you. I think it was the day before the fight on the pads. I was like, fucking sharp as fuck. Like you've got
I felt good going in there. There was nothing, no excuses from me at all. I was more than good to go. Do you know what I mean? I felt sharp. I felt ready. I felt confident. And at the end of the day, like I said, the fight at times it was going in my favour. It was just, like I said, it was just that big shot. But obviously, where I said about the ring rust, when I caught him with shots, I was just trying to steam him and finish it off. Where if I'd been a bit more active and was a bit more like well experienced, had a bit more experience under my belt, I would have just backed off, took my time, and picked shots instead of just trying to steam him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is all a learning curve. It's what this sport's all about.
And obviously, don't take no notice of all the people on YouTube who were saying stuff, because they don't understand like awkward fighters and the way that it works, because they've probably never been in there, mate. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying about that I quit and all stuff like that because I didn't get back up. And mate, if I would quit, I would have quit after the first round when I couldn't see.
They obviously never seen the fight.
No, exactly. It's
mate, I couldn't believe it. It's like a full windmill, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. He fucking just come out of nowhere, mate. And he caught me right on the button as well. It's not like he grazed the side of my head and I went down. He caught me like literally right underneath my chin there on the left side. And anywhere along the jawline's a switch off point. You get caught. You don't even have to be hit hard along the jawline to knock someone out. And he fucking threw everything into that and caught me clean. So, like I said, it is what it is, mate. I ain't disappointed in what I did in there. Andy Bakewell was happy with my performance, and that's the main thing, mate, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So you're just going to stay loyal to the BKFC and just keep for them?
Yeah, I'm going to stay with them, mate. I'm going to build this journey up with them. As I said, I don't see the point in wasting my time trying to go elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? I want to be settled. I want to be settled in the same place and fucking. I mean, we got more than enough opportunities with BKFC. It's not like we're limited to what we can do. I mean, we can go over to America. We can go to Thailand. We can stay in the UK. We got plenty of options, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably have elsewhere where they'll be able to put us soon as well and fight. But yeah, so. Let's just see what the future brings, but I'm definitely staying with the BKFC 100%.
Is there any, like, I don't mean like this is in like a call out thing or dropping any names, but is there any fights out there that you think would suit you, or a fight that you would? How about like, because you were meant to fight Rob Cunningham before, weren't you?
Yeah, I was meant to fight Rob Cunningham. Yeah.
That'd be a good matchup, wouldn't it? You and Rob Cunningham for the BKFC.
Well, yeah, I think that's something Andy might be looking at. To be fair, I spoke to Rob a couple of weeks ago, and I think we both sort of know that fight's probably going to get made at some point this year. So it's just a case of when, really. But yeah, I mean, there was people that I did want to call out and I did want to fight, but after my performance on Saturday and after the result, I'm not going to get anywhere, so I'm not even going to fucking bother trying to call anyone out. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to go back to the gym, keep myself quiet, do the work that I've got to do, and then just surprise everyone on the next show.
Yeah, definitely. You're getting bare love in the comments, like, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just saying, like, 27, no age, you got like a good future ahead of you. You're a great fighter. It was just an awkward shot and stuff.
Yeah, so
I'll put them all on now.
This one, great guy, Jack, but stay away from Venice. He's a different gravy to you. They're the other comments that I've been getting as well. Stay away from Decker. Stay away from Paul Venice. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you're gonna get it, mate. It's YouTube. It's fucking hell, mate. You could have knocked Robbie out, and it'd have been like, he's a bum. Could find someone.
Exactly. If I'd have went and knocked him out, they'd go, yeah, you knocked out a guy that stepped in last minute. Nice.
Yeah. He's never had a bad fight. It was his debut and that.
And the thing is as well, yeah, what people don't realise is as well that I've never once turned around and said that I can beat everyone. I've never said, yeah, I'm undefeated, I'm untouchable, I'm never going to be beat. But I've never said that. Those words have never, ever come out of my mouth. The only words that have ever come out of my mouth is that I will fight anyone, and I will stick by that. Doesn't matter the result, but I will get in there and I will fight anyone. So,
everyone who you're meant to have like a potential fight with, We've all had good words to say about you, haven't there? No one really says a bad word about you. Even just seeing you at the BKFC with your missus and that, you can just tell you're a genuine family man.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's all I want to be known as. I don't want to be known as an idiot that thinks he's something he's not. I am what I am, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Stay away from that.
Yeah, I don't fancy being kidnapped and thrown in a fucking closet. Thanks.
Friggin' hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's friggin'. Is there anything else you want to share with us, bro?
I just want to say, a massive thank you to all of my sponsors and everyone that supported me for this fight. I had a lot of support, a lot of backing up for sponsors and stuff like that. My missus, she's my absolute rock, mate. She was with me through thick and thin through this fight, dealing with me at my absolute lows and my highs. And she's like I said, she ain't just my missus, she's my best friend. You know what I mean? And my trainer Pete, he had a lot going on. He had a lot going on into this fight as well. His old man passed away a few weeks before the fight. And he put that aside for me and concentrated on me so he could help me get ready for the fight. You know what I mean? And realistically, he could have turned around and said that he wanted to pull the fight apart or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't. He just carried on for my sake, and I really, really appreciate him doing that for me. Do you know what I mean? So shout out to him as well.
Yes. Wait for. Is there any what's that? Can you see the comments, or do I have to put them on the screen?
I can see. Hang on, yeah, I can see some of them. Let's have a look. See what people say. He will smash Decker, but Venner has a way. Some of the best of these. Make my personal opinion. Still watch you both. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, let's see. Well, listen. When Paul gets into bare knuckle, we'll see how he gets on, won't we? Me and Paul are really, really good friends. So. I mean, me and Paul have said we'd fight each other. This is the thing as well. If Paul does get into BKFC, which he said he wants to once he got his hands sorted out, then this is a fight that can be made.
Oh, man, you've got loads of fights ahead of you. You've got a big name in YouTube and that, mate. You're obviously known in the bare knuckle world. You're a good lad, got good relationships with people, mate, and you'll do well, man. Yeah,
definitely. 100%, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future brings now, definitely.
It's exciting now as well, mate, isn't it, this BKFC?
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's taking over. No one comes close to it. Nowhere comes close to it. It's taken over.
First time you've been to the show? Did you
it's the first time I've actually been to a show live. Yeah, it's a fucking mad setup, isn't it? It's
mint in it, mate.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, mate. Honestly, Andy and the team done fucking well. Honestly, I couldn't knock it enough, mate. Honestly, I was every time I was walking around, just looking around like a fucking starstruck. Do you know what I mean? And just I remember getting into the ring and having a little move about in the ring, get to see the field of the ring, and I see myself come up on the screen over in the corner, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is mad." This.
Yeah, mint, mate.
Yeah.
It's good, mate, because you deserve it. You all deserve to feel like that because you all train hard, mate. And it's not as if you're getting. Not saying that boxing's not hard, but you're fucking really, really, mate. Like putting fucking you're fighting, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're getting cut to smithereens, risking like. Obviously, it's a lot safer than boxing with a brain trauma and that, but it's a lot of scars and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I don't mind all that though. I like all that. I think that's good.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, there were some fucking good fights on Saturday night. Seeing the look on some of the fighters when they was coming down after their fights, their faces, mate, they looked like elephant men. Most of them, they were bad, weren't they? Some of them.
So good the fights, and it was well, one of them was bashed up. The other one was as well. Do you know what I mean? It was.
Yeah. So there was some really good scraps on.
Did you watch it back the show?
I've watched a few of the fights back. Yeah, I haven't watched the whole show back though. But I watched. I literally this morning. Obviously, I watched mine back first, and then I watched Darren Hendry's fight back, and then I watched that Chaza, the South African fella. He fought after me, mate. What a fucking fight that was! That geezer he fought was one tough fella, wasn't he?
I can't remember if it's a left hook or right hook he catches him with right on the button. It's the first knockdown, mate.
No, it's a left hook, yeah.
The short on here, see if it comes on.
Yeah, mate, yeah, it was a left hook, naughty shot. But, both of them, they were bashed up to pieces, weren't they? Yeah, that's it. Bang, bosh, yeah.
Or
Oh, yeah,
slow.
good shot that. But I was in the changing rooms with him, and you know what, mate? He was an absolute nice fella, that Chazza. Really nice geezer he was.
Yeah, I speak to Chazza. He's a lovely bloke, mate. He's a proper
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, to be fair, the whole changing room was vibing. Do you know what I mean? We had music playing, everyone was up,
Yeah.
shadowboxing, doing their thing. Everyone was talking to everyone. Everyone was sort of like spurring each other on before and after the fight. It was a nice experience, to be fair.
What's the feeling like, though? Obviously, you get fighting nerves like everyone else, but what's the feeling like when all these lads are coming back in and the faces are a mess and they've just had a war and you've only just seen them 5 minutes ago perfectly fine, just training in the...
To me, it doesn't really bother me, but I had my missus, obviously my missus in the changing rooms with me, and she's looking at them all like fucking shocked, and then she's looking at me and I'm looking at her like, oh, you know what you got yourself into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it must be nerve-wracking for the family members and that, like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like my missus, she gets a bag of nerves. Bad. I think she's more nervous than me up most of the time.
Yeah, I was right behind her on your fight, and she was gutted, like she was gutted for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastated. You could see it in her face.
Yeah, but she's harder than I am, mate. She fucking soldiers on and carries on and picks me up when I need it. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, if it wasn't for her, mate, I'd probably have a different reaction to the fight.
Yeah,
It was her sat me down when I got downstairs and spurred me on and brought me back round. Do you know what I mean? Because I was fucking devastated when I got downstairs. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, no, like I said, this is why I said like I owe everything to her as well, mate. Because like I said, she brought me back round and brought me back to myself and made me see the positive behind it. Even though I've just been fucking sparked, she still made me see what good come out of it as well. And you know what I mean, that takes a special kind of woman. That.
yeah, it definitely does, mate. And before we wrap it up, mate, is there any sponsors that you want to give other than the big ups that you just said?
To be honest with you, mate, I've got so many. I haven't got them in front of me, so I know what I'll end up doing. I'll end up saying a few of them and forgetting someone. So I'll just say like a massive thank you to all of my sponsors. They all know who they are. They're all on my feet and all over my social media and that. I just don't want to say one and forget someone else. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm like. My brain's a bit fucking fried at the minute.
Yeah, no worries, mate. But we'll stay in touch, mate, like we always do, and on again soon when we have some news of when you're getting back into training and that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm fingers crossed, mate. As soon as this shoulder's sorted a little bit more, I mean, it's starting to feel a bit better today. So probably by the end of the week, I'm hoping I'll be back in the gym, mate. Fingers crossed.
Oh, cushy, mate. Can't wait to see you back at it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem, Jack. Thank you, mate. See
You soon, mate. Bye-bye.
you in a bit. Bye. Bye-bye. Nice one, people. Tuning in. I'm trying to get as many of these post fights done as I can. Big up Jack Draper. I've come back away working today. So, well, Thursday, I ended up buying a new car. I had to go to Luton for it. So I went from Middlesbrough to Luton, back to Middlesbrough, then to London for BKFC. Then the next London to BKFC Friday, drive back to Middlesbrough Sunday, and now I'm fucking in Northampton working. So I'm trying to squeeze in as much as I can in the time that I've got to get the fighters' stories over after the fight for you all. Warren Scott, Danny Boy P33, big up Fuse, keep doing what you're doing. Respect to Jack, he will come again for sure. Nice one, Danny Boy. Smash the likes for Fuse chaps, 46 it was in here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Respect everyone, loving it. Joe Lindsay, big up, mate. Tony Beasley, sensible podcast, brilliant. Thank you, brother. And Joe Lindsay, that was a good watch. Thank you very much. I've just done one as well with Teddy Brazier. Make sure you just go and check that out. We just done that literally before I done this podcast. It's a very good podcast if you just want to go and check that out. And don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't subscribed, people. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and thank you for tuning in. The Fuse UK's